All right, so today's day by the pool. I got my 2-year-old daughter behind me. I got my beautiful wife behind me with my 8-month-old, sorry. And this week was graduation for my 13-year-old who's going into high school, private school, super straight A student. I picture today I talk a little bit about my kids since, we're gonna be shooting every day. But really, today's talk is going to be a lot about Dana White. Let's talk a little bit about how Dana offered Wilder that fight. And at the end of the day, I think it's more something like Dana White is just letting it be known that, hey, he represents the baddest mother around here. You know what I mean? So that's really why he's putting that out there. Like, hey, whoever wants to come out here and say that they actually have or are the baddest dude in the planet, come take my baddest dude. And I love that message from Dana White. I'm really happy he did it. And I'm telling you, Dana White don't play. So it's kind of really cool seeing him. I got my wife behind me looking for this daughter too as well. So I'm looking at her. But yeah, I'm really happy that happened. Obviously, Wilder, there's absolutely no way in heck he will take that fight in the UFC against Jon Jones. I mean, the fight would literally be one takedown and the game is over. I mean, would Wilder actually have a chance? I absolutely think so. I mean, everybody has a chance in MMA or in boxing, and with guys that size, you never really know. One punch could knock you out. But I'll tell you what, Wilder came out, and I think what he really meant to say is he's the baddest man in boxing. And maybe that could be something that I will agree with. But to say they're the baddest man in the world, when you have the UFC and there's barely any rules on there and you have just limited punches boxing, it wouldn't be fair to say let's bring Jones in and actually take all his abilities away. Elbows, knees, takedowns. It's like, yeah, I'm the baddest dude in the world, but we're gonna fight, but you can't use 80% of your weapons. And you can only use 2 weapons, and those 2 weapons are what I specialize on. So I'm telling you one thing, Wilder, it's not a great idea for you to get into the UFC, a fight against Jon Jones. But if you do, let me tell you, I already have the utmost respect for any fighter in the planet just by getting in that ring. But if he gets in there with Jon Jones in the UFC, I'm gonna be complete speechless in regards to the meter of balls Wilder has. And I'll tell you what, he'll make a lot of money. He'll become a lot more famous. And imagine he actually beat Jon Jones. Like, imagine he went into the UFC, accepted this fight, and he actually beat this guy. I don't even know what I can say about that. The chances of that happening are really low, but I tell you what, let's see what they respond. Let's see what the promoters of Wilder respond, because right now we have Dana White that is offering up the fight, okay? So we need now a response from Wilder. We need now a response from also the associations that he's represented by. Pamela, can you come over here? So at the end of the day, follow us along. What do you guys think? Give me your thoughts. I'm here at the family time, so I came down here and just hanged out. We live in Florida. It's one of the places that we love it here. We have our little stuff here for all the kids. My wife loves it. So we come out here sometimes. Follow us along. I'll tell you one thing. If Wilder was to actually take this fight, where would he actually train? I wonder, huh? I imagine he would have to go to one of those major jiu-jitsu gyms and get himself. And I mean, obviously he has all the money in the world for working on his body, working on his speed, working on his recovery, paying and having the technology to maintain his body while he trains. Because if he does train for this, we have to know he's going to be using new body parts, new body limbs, and he's going to be a lot sore, and a lot more sore than he's probably used to, or he's going to have a few new sores that I believe. So I'm here. I got my whole family with me. What do you guys think of the whole Jon Jones situation? I believe Jones. I mean, like I always say in all my pods, okay? I am not here to commentate on who is going to win and who is going to lose. But one thing I can tell you that on this one, man, I gotta go with Jon Jones. And plus, I'm an MMA guy. You know, this is more of boxing and MMA. So I gotta say that at the end of the day, I'm gonna stick with my MMA dudes. You know, but I love boxing. I have the utmost respect for any human that has the balls to enter a cage and fight. So follow us along. I also want to go over a few podcasts this week. Sorry that this actually, sometimes actually, I actually like this. I'm actually going to be hanging out with the family sometimes, and I will actually get some shoots done. So that way I can get you guys one podcast or at least 8 minutes, 12-minute long rants of mine daily, plus your shorts. So we have a little team working, or graphic designers doing an amazing work on all of the thumbnails and all of the banners and logos and everything, or editor as well. So she's doing really well. I love this, so I'm gonna follow you. I love being in this industry. By the way, I've been training since I was 23 years old, on and off. I trained and competed in the IBJJF competition with my jiu-jitsu gym before. Obviously, that was when I was beginning. I love MMA. I've been training MMA. I literally spend 30-45 minutes a day in my house just shadow boxing and visualizing techniques and drilling techniques. I have my bags. I'm part of the gym. I go and train and spar. So when it comes to fighting, I have a lot of experience in regards to fighting and regards to things like that. One of the podcasts that I'm going to be coming up talking about soon is going to be maybe about past fighters. And also it will be about maybe rules of MMA and topics like that. So we don't necessarily always we won't always necessarily be talking about specific fighters and things like that. I want to go a little bit out of the realm and provide you guys with my thoughts, all the way from gloves, all the way to my topics on the illegal moves that are in the UFC, say the 12-6 elbow and things like that, that a lot of people debate should be legal. So we're going to be talking about a lot of rules. We're going to be talking about performance enhancement drugs, and we're going to be talking about USADA. We're going to be talking about different associations for MMA, different associations for boxing and everything. So with the family, thank you guys. Follow us along. Expect a podcast a day from me from all kinds of locations. I have several businesses, so at the same time, I have to be on the move sometimes here in my towns. So I may shoot some from job sites when I go and check all my employees, or I may shoot some while I'm at the pool with my family, or I may shoot some from set, or I may shoot some from the house or the car. So whatever it is, I'm going to try to entertain you guys. Follow us along. I appreciate everybody. Let's rock.